Hi, I'm Terry.
Hi, I'm Rock, and we are
Blue Finger Production.
We are bringing you another video, and Terry, are you keeping that camera while I talk?
Don't make me laugh, Rock.
This is for Astrid. Astrid, we go to great lengths to please you. Okay, today we're doing our bleached out background technique, and these are some of the samples of not really finished things that we did, but things that we used with the bleach. And on here we use stencils to use our bleach. We'll show you that, and then we added some color. And on this one we used some tape and markers. And then Terry, go over to the bird. This one we used chalks and colored pencils to fill that in. And then we just, on these bottom two, we just cut these out of something we did, and we highlighted a couple areas with some colored pencils that we could then use in another piece. So this is the finished product. Now, how do we get to this stage? So let me clear this off.
We are so organized, Rock. I gotta tell you.
We're so organized. Now, one thing that I do want to show you, different colored papers are going to give you different results. So here's a few colored pieces of paper. Oh, that one's upside down.
Let me get these all. Because if you notice, every blessed one of them took the bleach differently.
Right. This particular cardstock's 80-pound cardstock. I can tell you that we did try it on some cardstock, and you absolutely got no image on it whatsoever. So you need to try it out on whatever cardstock you have. The bleach, what we're using, Terry, you want to show them?
Yep.
It's just Clorox bleach.
Right off the counter in the grocery.
69 cents. Okay, and then Terry, do you want to show them then what I do here?
Oh yeah, this is just a caveat. You may want to use rubber gloves.
You may want to, but so far my fingers are still intact.
And the blue is still there.
And the blue is still there.
Yes, it is. See, blue fingers.
But what I did is just an old Cool Whip lid, but you could use a piece of tin foil, wax paper, whatever. This is just Scott towel folded up. I dumped the Clorox bleach on there. You can take anything you want. Like on this particular one, Terry, you want to come over here to this bird?
Yep.
I used a bird stamp and a swirl, and these we used corks that Terry brought. But you could use any stamp that you have. Probably a less detailed stamp is preferable, but yeah, you can use anything.
We found out when we used the more detailed stamps, we didn't get quite the results that we wanted.
It was too fine, especially on some of the paper where, like on this blue, it doesn't show up that well. But okay, how are we going to do that? Well, let me just move this out of the way. We'll just show you with this cork. You just take the cork and you put it in the Clorox, and then you just stamp it to your paper. What you can see is it immediately starts to turn a color, and that's kind of what you want. If you get a paper that doesn't turn so fast, first of all, check how much Clorox you put on your paper, because if you don't have it fairly wet, you're not going to get enough Clorox to really do the print on the paper. And just by turning the cork over for a different side, the same cork, you can see it made two different designs. So it's very easy. You can use anything you have. Here's a little paper cup that Terry brought, and you can dip that in and use it. It makes a very fine circle. It makes a cute little design. And then I had just made a stamp of a swirl that I carved myself, and you can see that you can use anything. The thing that you want to do if you have a stamp is you really want to clean your stamps right away with a good stamp cleaner, good soap and water, because the Clorox will eat the rubber if you don't clean your stamps. So that's just food for thought. But as you can see, once you have that down, you can come in and end up with something like this. I just took a plastic stencil and wadded up some paper towel and dabbed it in the stencil. This is a wing stencil. This particular design right here was a piece of plastic that you would get like around fruit, but it didn't work so well.
Right, like the best thing to do is just play, have fun. You know, that was a piece of mesh that comes on fruit, or you can get it on an onion bag sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and what happens is the Clorox was just a little too wet, and it seeped under. So we didn't quite get the effect we wanted.
No, we were kind of hoping, like, if you can see this tiny area right here, that's kind of what we wanted to end up with all over, but it didn't really work. But you can see that fine little grid.
Exactly.
And then these were corks that we just added color and some marker around. And have fun when you try it. Experiment. Don't just take the Clorox right to the piece you're working on. Experiment first, because it won't work on deli paper. We already tried that. It didn't work on top of acrylic paint.
Right.
So this is just cardstock that then we came back and added color on top of.
Right, but it has to be colored cardstock.
It does have to be colored cardstock. And experiment, because any ink that's in the colored cardstock, when it hits the Clorox, is going to give you a color that you're not sure of. You could have two pieces of pink paper but from a different manufacturer, and you're going to get a different result.
Right, it's almost like a batik effect. Yes. So have fun.
Have fun.
The end.